Super Sentai is ending and something new is taking its place. Is it Kamen Rider? Is it Metal Heroes? Is it more Sentai? Well, the answer is yes. Super Sentai is ending after Gojuja, seemingly for at least 5 to 10 years. Kamen Rider Z is still airing, and it's too early to tell what comes after that. But Toei is currently teasing a brand new IP called Project R.E.D, with R.E.D standing for Records of Extraordinary Dimensions. Now, it's not entirely clear whether Project R.E.D is a show or whether it's just a name for an overarching universe of stories, because Super Space Sheriff Gavan Infinity was also officially trademarked by Toei, which is of course a continuation of Metal Heroes and Gavan, this world, this universe, which of course does have ties to Super Sentai. Many Metal Heroes characters have showed up in Super Sentai shows, so maybe they're just trying to continue the universe in a different way. It is kind of a bummer that Super Sentai is going to end off, but I mean, with 50 years behind it, maybe it was time for something new. I'm personally quite upset. I would have loved more Sentai, but I'm excited for whatever this is. As I'm making this video, we have a poster, we have some images, and we have sort of 2 trailers, so we're just going to take a look at them and see what we can work out. Beyond the Records, embrace the extraordinary. Very red, as we can see. See, I know we got like this galaxy with a bunch of different sort of effects going on. I don't know whether this is somewhat part of a bigger universe or if it's just this one show. And we get little teasers of the suit. Obviously, it's in some sort of, it's clearly on like a volume screen like they've been using in the past. Not a lot to get from that. We've got this cool little shot of the side of the helmet. You can't really tell whether this is silver with blue around it or if it's red that is blasted out with blue. But then more recently, we've had this second trailer. Starts the same, but now we get a closer look at what is potentially different heroes. So we think this may be the red one, but then there's like a silver one. See, there we go, there's a silver, there's a gold version. We don't know if these are different heroes yet, whether it's the same hero with upgrades. And then you've got Gavan Infinity. So I think that kind of closes in on the fact that this show is going to be Gavan Infinity and Project R.E.D is the overarching thing, but we still don't know. They've been very coy with the information they've been giving us. This here's a pretty cool shot. I love how it looks. I'd love if the show actually looked like this. I know sometimes they make trailers and sort of teasers look a lot more cinematic than the shows actually are, but I'd love if this is the type of thing we'd actually see in the show. This here's a really cool look at what is potentially our main suit, main hero. So those were the first like visuals we got. Doesn't give a lot away, doesn't really tell us what the show is about. It's going to clearly be like, you know, crime fighters, as is every Toei Tokusatsu show. This was the poster we got, and I think the poster looks fantastic. A much closer look at the suit. Granted, not the entire suit, but we get to see some of the details. It very much looks like an armored Red Ranger. If you didn't know what this was, obviously we've got more like looks at it and we know what it is, but like it looks like an armored Red Ranger, and I feel like that might be what Project R.E.D is trying to get at. With Sentai no longer being a thing at this point, with this replacing Sentai's time slot, and with Kamen Rider Z getting a global release, I feel like they're trying to mainstream all of their projects to be outside of Japan. And I think the first issue with Super Sentai doing that is of course the existence of Power Rangers. We know that Hasbro has like issues with licensing Super Sentai stuff. We know that's been a thing forever. This feels to me like they're creating a new universe, starting with Gavan Infinity, with Metal Heroes, with this Red Ranger. I know it's not going to be a Red Ranger. It seems like that's the starting point, and then we'll get another Project R.E.D project, which I know that's going to get old, isn't it? But we'll likely get a couple of things that maybe culminate in a sort of cinematic universe style. I mean, Super Sentai did that anyway. There was crossovers with Kamen Rider with Metal Heroes. So I really feel like that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to mainstream it a little bit more and make it a big joint universe that they can sell not only in Japan, but in the United States, United Kingdom, so on and so forth. Now there's this shot of the gold one. I still don't know whether this is a silver one with just the reflection of the fire around it, or if it's meant to be gold. We've also got the silver one, which looks very blue. I'm going to place a bet and say that these are different suits of the main person. They could be different people, for all I know, but that's what my guess is. We then have this photo, which I saw circling around. This ties into another photo I'm about to show as well. This, for all we know, is the suit. All of this area lines up with what we saw in the poster, you know. And then based off the helmet, you know, we've seen what the helmets look like briefly in the shots that came out recently. This looks pretty convincing. There are rumors that this could be an AI generation, which if so, whoever made it, fuck you. Ruining the planet, you do not, like, is not great. Like, all of this area is beat for beat what the poster showed. Don't know what this weird little weapon thing is here, but ayo, that's what leads into the next photo, which is this. which is a supposed leaked photo. Suit is identical to that last shot. There's that little gun thing again. The helmets are identical, and it looks like it's on set. Now, people have said this may be AI because they think the stairs look weird. The trouble is that we're at the point in the year now. We're at December. We've had no trademark for another Super Sentai. Obviously, we know Super Sentai's going away after Gojuja for a bit. We're at the point where promotional material will start coming out. The trailers are out. There's probably a magazine print out there that hasn't released publicly yet that this is from, showing off the new suit. I can't guarantee that these photos are 100% real, but this is going to be what the suit looks like. Everything we've seen that is official is here. So this is without a doubt at least a very near version of what the suit's going to look like. And there's something about this suit, especially being red, because the reason the Red Ranger is always the leader in Super Sentai is because that's Japan. Use the white flag with the red logo. That's always been the situation. This is looking like it's going to be the poster boy of Project Red regardless. This Gavan Infinity. I'm looking forward to see what comes of this. I've never watched any Metal Hero show. I've seen a bit of Beetleborgs and VR Troopers. Obviously, I know that's fraudulent, and I'm not claiming that to be me. I haven't seen any Metal Heroes. The Space Sheriff, Gavan Type G, shows up in Q Ranger. That's a show I love. That's actually a really good crossover. We have Naga, Lucky, Jumonji, and Deca Red. It's a cool episode. So I've dipped my toes in, you know. I may even look into more Metal Hero and do some content on this channel about it in the build up to this new show. I took a tiny break from YouTube, about 2 weeks to a month or so. I still posted little bits of content in between. But a lot of people have been asking me what are my thoughts on Super Sentai ending and this new Gavan Infinity Project Red fiasco. So I thought I'd make this video, give my thoughts, talk about it. As somebody who is keeping a level head about it, because there are so many people screaming that Sentai's over, so many people screaming that there's this new show coming and blah, blah, blah. I'm just waiting to see what comes out. I feel like that's quite a level-headed approach to it, and for everyone asking, those are my thoughts. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned on the channel. As soon as we get more information on Gavan Infinity or Project Red, I will try my best to cover it. I'll do a little video on it. If there's new trailers, if there's anything like that, I'll talk about it. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. Comment the words to infinity and beyond down below. I don't know, Gavan Infinity linked, I suppose, and I'll know who made it to the end and who didn't. Huge thank you and shout out to Sarah Jane, Eric Leutz, and Sam James, our Super Dynamo patrons.